Hey guys, Jake at TOMS Off-Road, and today I want to talk to you about testing your proportioning valve. Most early model Broncos have what's called a brake warning light. The warning light will trip when we lose pressure to either the front or rear brakes. And if you have a drum brake system, you're gonna have an H block. If you have a disc brake system, chances are you've changed out to a proportioning valve. So on the top of your H block and proportioning valve, there is a cinder. And basically what it does is there's a small detent inside either the H block or the proportioning valve. When fluid to either the rear or front brakes loses pressure, it will send the detent, will slide over, prevent fluid from transferring through, and it will then illuminate your brake warning light on your dash. If you were to tear, let's say, a hose on your front brakes, it would prevent your system from bleeding out entirely. The problem is a lot of early model Broncos don't have a functioning brake warning light. When you're installing a proportioning valve, it's critical that you make sure it doesn't trip during the installation when you're adding fluid to your braking system. What I have here is just a standard test light. We're gonna take the side of the test light, connect it to the positive side of the battery, and then we'll touch our probe of the test light to the cinder on the proportioning valve. We've swapped out to a front power disc brake kit, and you can see it has the proportioning valve. So your factory H block would be mounted on the frame, or if you had a 76, 77 with factory disc brakes, it would have a proportioning valve. You can see there's a small sensor on top, and that sensor is what's detecting whether or not that detent has tripped either forward or rearward. So we'll remove this pigtail. That pigtail just pops off, and then the sensor has a small brass pin coming out of it. So you can see here, I'm taking my test light and I am going to touch the cinder on the proportioning valve, and it is not illuminating, and that is because this proportioning valve is not tripped, so it's not completing the ground circuit. If that was tripped, my test light would illuminate. We recommend that you take a tool similar to this. This is our prop valve tool. It's 2625T. You remove the cinder, this threads out, the tool threads in, and this tit places pressure down on the detent and prevents the detent on the proportioning valve from tripping either forward or rearward while you're installing your new brake system. Once your brake system's installed and you have everything bled and it's functioning properly, you can remove this tool, reinstall your sensor, hook back up the pigtail. Then at that time, if you were to ever lose pressure from your braking system, it would illuminate the brake warning light on your dash.